Hello, I am tatocat and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Lucid9. Last time we played, we finally got out of the hospital and we played a role-playing game. The real way, not Masato's way, which involves beating up people instead of rolling dice. And then we saw Yahiko kind of become sad Yahiko. Alright, that's kind of where we left off. Alright, let's continue. Kinda like seeing a guy in a French maid costume, you know? No, I can't say I do. I'll look into it. Yahiko deserves that much. Thanks, dude. Hey, last sandwich. Any takers? We turned back to the commotion of the rest of the group. The trays are almost completely picked clean. Well, that was fast. I guess the cafe's quality speaks for itself. I'll have it. Sandwich? I'd like it. The food is quite delicious. I'm also still pretty hungry. Then there's only one way to solve this. We're not beating each other up. A competition. On second thought, I don't want it anymore. Me neither. Meh. I ain't even said what the competition is yet. What is it? You know, a real man's fair, so... How about a riddle game? A what? Honor student and all, Masato. I'm pretty sure that Airi can beat you on that front. She's probably one of the most observant people I know. Oh, I know some great riddles. Why don't we have Rui give the riddles? I doubt any of Akira's riddles would be understandable. Okay. Masato marches in front of Rui, eyebrows focused into harsh lines on his head. Airi only stares blankly with a quirk of her head. The rest of us gather around them in slight interest. Let me see. There's a 10-foot chain nailed to a wall. The center dips down 5 feet. How far are the ends from each other? Ah, they're on the same nail. If the center's down 5 feet, that means that it going down and up totals to 10 feet, which is the length of the chain. Wow, you're right, Masato. That was quick. Why would a chain be nailed to a wall? Huh, you know, maybe there's some merit to Masato choosing a riddle competition. Okay, next. Okay, A young woman is attending her mom's funeral when she meets a man whom she falls in love with. But after the funeral, she can't find him. A couple days later, she kills her sister. Why? What? Why the hell would you do something like that against your own flesh and blood? This is a dumb riddle. You know that it's purely hypothetical, right? Ain't no kind of answer for that disgusting riddle. Didn't the woman want to meet the man at her sister's funeral? A pregnant pause fills the room. Yeah. Rui, isn't that the psychopath test? Maybe she heard it before. The hell? It's dumb is what it is. What kind of shack and dumber kills her family for some shallow love at first sight? Bad riddle. Next, Rui. Okay, Mr. Pushy. Oh, I know. 4 old men sat down to play. They played all night till break of day. They played for cash and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. When it came to square accounts, they all made the same amounts. Not one lost and all gained. Now that you've heard, can you explain? The riddle has our entire group racking their brains. Same amounts? Played for cash? Maybe by a highly improbable chance? Oh, I see. That's quite clever, Rui. Oh, what's the answer? Simply put, the men... No, shut up, till I solve this. Elizabeth snorts and rolls her eyes, but stays quiet. Masato begins to pace in agitation as Irie stares longingly at the sandwich. Oh, I know. They are playing day pay. The bank robbery game? Yes, they played for cash. They had separate scores. They earned the same amounts. As sensible as that is, I highly doubt that this riddle has anything to do with video games. Sorry, that's not technically the answer. Oh. I'm pretty sure that dozen kittens just died at that moment. Ah, got it. Rui. The men are all musicians. Different scores, same amounts, playing from night to day. Yep, Masato, 2 points, Irie 1. Ha, knew it. As Rui shuffles through the riddles that she knows, the rest of us lean forward. Even though Masato and Irie are technically the only ones competing, the riddles are interesting enough for us to try. You're woken up at 4 a.m. by a knock on your door. It's from a friend who came for breakfast. You have bread, jam, bacon, and eggs. What do you open first? This time, there's not even a pause for deliberation. Everything at once, of course. Ain't no skimping on hospitality. No, sorry. It's not even physically possible to open 4 containers simultaneously. You ain't never been real hungry, have you? Okay. Irie, your answer. Don't you open the door first? Otherwise, your friend will be outside. That's right. Oh damn. Should have seen that one. At least he has the dignity to acknowledge this loss, unlike the last one. You know what this means? Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a tiebreaker. Can I hear it for Team Marvelous Masa? Oh yeah, is what he says. The cafe falls into a deadly hush. Time ticks on. What was that? Was that one of those images not found things? Oh, right. How about Team Tiny Girl with an infinite stomach? Woo! Go Irie! Think with brains and think with minds. Go and kick Masa's behind. I'm getting a sudden sense of deja vu. Well, Judge Rui, it's up to you to determine the fate of this matchup. That's a lot of pressure. It looks like this will be the riddle of a lifetime. Okay, let me think. She ponders for a moment in stillness of the cafe, then clears her throat. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. What is it? Masato opens his mouth, but Irie beats him to the punch. Drugs. Oh. What exactly has Irie been through in life? Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. It's drugs. Well, I mean, technically speaking, she's not wrong. Rui quickly whips to Masato with a pleading look. Masato, what's your entry? Masato stands quietly, and before a brief second, it seems like a huge burden is on his shoulders. We wait in poised silence for his fateful reply. Finally, he opens his eyes, enunciating every syllable with crispness. The answer is nothing. Poor people have nothing. Rich people need nothing. And if you eat nothing, you die. A stoic stillness falls upon the cafe. Something about his words seems unnaturally heavy. And then Akira breaks the tension with a loud, enthusiastic round of clapping. Well, darn my socks! Looks like we've got ourselves a winner. Yes, right. Rui quickly snatches the lonely sandwich from its plate and thrusts it towards Masato. I hereby bestow upon me the final sandwich. Go eat, have fun. Drugs isn't the right answer? Most people wouldn't think of drugs. Does that make it wrong? Here we go. Deep Questions by Ari Hyuga. Rui grins in a very panicked manner and promptly grabs my sleeve. Well, it's been fun, guys, but it's getting awfully late. Wow, I'm suddenly so tired. It must be my leg. And I gotta head back. Curfew. In that case, it would be efficient to all walk back together. No, no, no. Misaki, Elizabeth, Irie, Yahiko, bathroom. Time for some girl talk. Wait, did she say Yahiko? For girl talk? Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, his face. As priceless. Ah, yes, of course. Wait, why am I included? And boy, oh boy, Masato, it's getting really late. You should run back as fast as possible right now. Huh? Nah, I'll just walk with. Oh, Masato, my man, let's go. And without warning, Yahiko once again grapples Masato's arm and drags him out the door. I'm not sure what caused this abrupt action, given the fact that he should have loved being alone with a group of girls. Just after the sudden exit, Akira leads the other girls into the women's bathroom, without another word, leaving Rui and I alone. Wow, that was really subtle. Incredibly subtle. They should become national spies. Or international. We pause. A sudden idea seizes my mind, a bit random and spontaneous, but even so. Say, Rui, can you come with me? Where to? The cemetery. It's been hovering in the back of my mind for the past 3 months. You mean... Yeah. Are you sure? I mean, up until now I thought you didn't... I mean, I wouldn't want to... You wouldn't be. I want you to come with me. Okay, let's go. We head to the subway and board it in silence, riding north along the side of the river. All it takes is disembarking the subway and crossing the bridge, and we arrive. New background. I think this is pretty well done. There's lots of little detail, and look at the detail as the signature of this game has had. The ground is always super detailed. Little tiny pieces of grass look like grass instead of just green smooched. This is a pretty good background. The air is beautiful here, but cold. Maybe it's solely due to the sight of an endless stretch of memorial stones, but the light feels frigid against my skin. I pull my jacket tightly around me and navigate the cemetery. Although it's been a long time, years, my footsteps easily find their way. Rui lays a gentle hand on my arm, comforting me but unobtrusive. On another day, I might stop and muse at how many stones, how many different stories lie just in this one spot. Each engraving a different life, each monument a different family history. But in this moment, I'm focused on just one thing. I pull to a stop in front of my marker, by a boundary of trees, where a large stone looms from the ground, brisk letters carved into its surface. Ishimoto family grave. Mizu Ishimoto, February 1999 to January 2008. The business card deposit next to the grave is stacked, long neglected over the years. I absently shuffle through a few of them, reporters. More reporters, teachers from our school, more reporters. This is the only mark that she made, a story in breaking news, significant for just a fleeting moment. She could have grown up to be so much more, but instead, she was just a kid who suffered a tragedy. 3 months ago, maybe I would have been furious at the world. No, 3 months ago, I was definitely furious at the world. But now, hey sis, I'm sorry that I didn't bring any flowers or incense. Didn't even grab any water. Terrible brother, aren't I? I'm silent for a moment. Rui's fingers gently squeeze my shoulder. The wind picks up for a moment and sweeps warm air against our cheeks, almost like a single breath. If I close my eyes, I can almost see Mizu smile, soft, open, with a total understanding. She's still 9 years old in my head, hasn't aged a day. Somehow, I doubt that she cares about flowers and incense. So, did you get my lanterns? I probably should have visited sooner, but ring communication is the next best thing, isn't it? Silence again. I swallow past the lump in my throat. Been having some problems about that day, as you probably know. I've always wished that you'd lived and that I died. Always. Who knows? Maybe if you were still around, no one would have gotten hurt. Maybe you would have caught Ryota before Shigure and I could have blinked. That sounds like you. The 9-year-old girl in my head frowns imperiously, almost as if to say, Yams, you totally underestimate yourself. It's okay, sis. I think that I finally realized moping around doesn't change the past. Pretty sad, huh? You think it'd be obvious, considering that I can't time travel or anything. But I think, in some way, all I wanted to do really was remember you. Even if it meant being miserable all the time. Rui's face is coated with tears, but she doesn't say a word. I don't know why she's crying, but something about the sight is touching. So, I think I'm finally ready. I'll be moving on, sis. Sorry to leave you behind. Or is it actually that you've gone on ahead and you're waiting? I don't know, but I think you can trust me. No, not necessarily because of me, but because this girl, the one standing next to me, she's my best friend, and she has more responsibility than both of us combined. She's really precious to me, so I'm sure you can trust her. I pause awkwardly, looking down at the stone. It feels so empty. No flowers, no food, nothing. I'll, see you later. I step away from the gravestone, but Rui suddenly darts forward.
Mizu, I just wanted to say thank you, Mizu. Thank you for protecting Amma. He means a lot, so much to so many people. You're a hero, Mizu, so thank you. I feel like you should know that you didn't make a bad choice. Yama is really cool. So sleep well, okay? I hope we get to meet someday.
She steps away from the stone. I stare at her flabbergasted. That was quite possibly the highest praise I'd ever received from someone, and she said it in front of Mizu.
What? It's true.
Thanks. She shuffles awkwardly for a moment, then shrugs. We stare at the ground, suddenly intent on studying our shoes. Finally, Rui slides into a nearby bench, set up beneath a tree. She leans her head backwards and stares at the sky.
Why don't we rest for a little bit?
I sit on the opposite side of the bench, staring straight ahead. We remain in silence as the breeze brushes past our hands, folded neatly, almost formally, in our laps. At this moment, I'm keenly aware of the fact that something between us has drastically changed. It's not a change that I can verbalize, it's something abstract. Snug, but coiled, like someone's taking the air between us and stretching it over a warm hearth.
Yama?
I almost jump in surprise. Huh? She pauses for a moment. The tension expands. I keep my eyes on the long column of stones. I hear a slight shifting of fabric, like Rui taking something out of her jacket, and then a hollow light clunk. From my periphery, I see her push something towards me, something that scratches gently against the bench. Rui withdraws her hand and turns her head away from me without a word. Hesitantly, I reach out and pick up the object. It's a small long box wrapped in gold paper and topped with a crinkled silver bow.
It's for you.
I pause for a moment, my throat dry. So I gathered, not like anyone else is around here. Rui remains silent, her face turned away. I generously raise the box and shake it against my ear. No sound.
It's not like it'll explode or anything, idiot.
She's not even looking and she can tell what I'm doing. That's pretty remarkable. How many fingers am I holding up?
Oh, come on, just open it.
I pull the ribbon loose and work my fingers into the paper, cleanly separating the creases. A black box slides out of the wrapping and lands in my hands. It has no branding, but its weightness in my palm exudes a sense of importance. What is this?
If you opened it, you know.
I lift the lid of the box, a tiny part of me expecting to see some kind of bomb. But no, it's not a bomb. It's a pen. In fact, it's a very expensive looking pen, with marbled cobalt barrel and trimmings of silver on either end. I gently pick it up from its velour lining, examining it in the scarlet sunlight. It lies heavily in the creases of my fingers, almost as if it's pressing live directly into my skin. Everything about this pen just screams money, and somehow I don't think Yahiko bought this one. I place the pen back in the case, clearing my throat. Suddenly, it's practically impossible to look at Rui. Thanks, I try to say. Thanks for the pen. Thanks for everything. The words stop short in my throat. I awkwardly cough. Wow.
You opened it?
This is pretty. Shiny.
Do you like it?
Well, yeah. It's really nice. Stupid. It's a nice pen, but it's more than that. How long has it been since I made that one dumb offhand comment in the amusement park?
Embrace your future, Yama. This is the ideal of technology.
I'll stick with pen and paper, thanks.
Ha! Are you an old man?
You don't even use pen and paper. I would if I had a pen that worked.
You can always, I don't know, buy one?
No, why would I do that? Has Rui been thinking about something so insignificant all this time? My fingers shake as I press the lid over the box, mind racing too fast to track. Rui cares. I've known about it for a long time, but she remembered something random, something trivial, something that really didn't matter. No one even uses pens anymore. No one with common sense, that is. And yet, she prioritized it. She invested in it. For whose sake? Mine? I don't even know how to properly thank her, or if I can even properly thank her. I turn to her, gripping the box tightly in my hands, grasping for words. Really?
Wait. Before you say anything, I have something I want to tell you.
She's still facing away from me, stubbornly keeping her eyes on the stones. I only sit in numb silence.
So I was thinking about, when we argued, and I guess I realized that I don't really give you enough credit, not out loud at least. So I just wanted to say thank you. I guess I've been saying it a lot recently, but You know, you can never hear too much encouragement, right?
Why? Why is she thanking me? She already complimented me in front of Mizu and now...
And just so you know, well, everyone might tease us about it, but this is just a gift between friends. I'm just so grateful. It sounds so cheesy, but I'm thankful that you protected me. In that classroom with Mr. Ryota, I felt so alone. I didn't think anyone would come for me. But there's always hope, isn't there? No matter what. Anyways, all that was to say that this gift is a gift, with no strings attached. I just want you to use it well. And I know you'll always protect me anyway.
She turns to me, the last remnants of the sun streaming through her hair in a river of fire. Every facet of her face lights up in a smile of pure, childlike joy, simple to the heart.
Thank you, Yama. You're my best friend.
And the moment becomes still. It's funny. To another person, maybe that sentence would be offensive. I'm your best friend. That's it? That's all I mean to you after so many years? But to me, it feels like the greatest gift I could ever imagine. After Mizu, I never thought that I could become normal again. I never thought that I could laugh, have fun, or tell stupid jokes to a close circle of friends. To be honest, I never thought I would have friends at all. Life was empty, gray. I practically lived in a distant corner of the school playground. I could never grow up as a normal kid, not anymore. No one would want to be my friends with dopey, boring Yama Ishimoto. At least, that's what I believed. The wind gently brushes into a current that threads through us, whispering through fabric into a time that never ends. Our eyes are locked, not in tension, not even in weariness. It's in peace. A baseline, earthy peace that feels unshakable, a sense of security that can't be replaced. I feel the corners of my lips slowly tug upwards, pulled unbidden by something light and warm, and my eyes close and I'm laughing. Not like the sarcastic jokes that have dominated the past few weeks, not even like the sighs of relief earlier this morning or snorts of amusement throughout the day. It's something that I haven't felt in a long, long time. Quiet, pure, airy, something that makes me feel like I can do anything. Is this happiness? The emotion swells inside, and my grin broadens until it feels like it'll burst off my face. That sounds painful. And then Rui's laughing. She laughed often, but this time it's also different. There's no gap between her breaths, and everything is fluid, almost as if it's pouring out of her. And we just sit there, returning back to childhood, two dorks laughing like idiots in the middle of a cemetery. It's probably disgraceful. We probably look like we're insane. But I close my eyes and I feel the sun on my face, and I realize that I don't care. Or rather, maybe I care about what actually matters. Rui's laughter finally quiets, and she settles back, a light blush coloring her cheeks.
If it's okay, can we get together tomorrow? I have something important to tell you.
It should be an ominous phrase, but I only find myself grinning. You know that you can just tell me now, right?
Well...
She blushes a little deeper, digging her fingers into her skirt, like she's self-conscious about her uniform.
The weather's not feeling quite right. The stars are not perfectly aligned, the horoscopes...
Okay, I get it. Tomorrow it is. There's a brief pause. Rui lowers her gaze.
Well, we should get going.
Rui.
Huh?
You're my best friend too. She colors deeply at this, but a hint of the light, airy smile returns to her face.
I know, you told Mizu, but thank you.
There's so much more I want to say. She thanked me for so much, things that don't even matter, but I haven't thanked her for anything. It was because of her make-believe that I got by Mizu's death. It was because of her support that I've gotten by these past few years. The romance conundrum. I don't know, it seems so far away, so insignificant. I just want to show her the gratitude that she deserves. But I can't seem to find the right words to say. It's as if anything that comes to my mind gets lodged in there. I guess we'd better head back.
Didn't I just say that?
You might have, yes, but where are you even staying? Isn't the school closed?
Well, it's not like they could just kick us out with nowhere to go, so there's temporary housing for students in the apartment complex.
You're going there?
Actually, I'm gonna go home. Mom and Dad arranged everything already. All my stuff's there. They're going to drive me back.
I'll wait with you.
No, you need to go home. It's getting dark. It's not safe for you to be around.
And that makes it safer for you?
I'll be fine. Don't forget to come by tomorrow, okay?
I'll be there.
You better. Bye.
She runs over the edge of the cemetery that lines up with the street. That eases my nerves. At the very least, she'll be in public. Didn't she get kidnapped in public? Just saying. I head back to my apartment holding this novel, airy feeling as tightly as I can. The last traces of sun soak out of the sky, replaced with deep shades of cobalt. It's been a good day. I stop in front of my apartment door, reaching towards the keypad lock. Then I hear it. Faint melodies of some classical strain are bleeding through my door. Music coming from my apartment. The apartment I haven't been to in 3 months. The dizzy glow of ignorant happiness falls away from me all at once. I push the door open quietly, adrenaline spiking in my veins. This is definitely one of those dun 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 moments. Of course it's not over. Was I just getting complacent? I inch into my apartment as the music warbles on. Aside from the moonlight streaming through the curtains, everything is dark. I reach out to switch on the light, but nothing happens. The music swells to a crescendo. My hands grow clammy. I tighten them against my jacket. Something pricks at the back of my neck. I whip around, squinting at the shadows. Nothing but stillness. I shuffle to the kitchen, keeping my steps light as I extract a knife from the counter. My heart pulses in my throat. Someone in my apartment? Could it possibly... No, he's under custody. He has to be. Shigure would tell me if he escaped. I inch closer, tightening my shaking grip on the handle of the knife. Oh, I recognize that silhouette. And then something inches into the light, awash with silver. Good evening, Yama Ishimoto. Natsuki Tanaka leans against the window, arms crossed over her chest as she surveys me with a patronizing smile. Natsuki? Why is Natsuki here? How did she get here? What is she doing?
Did you miss me?
My grip goes slack, the knife clatters to the floor. What are you doing here?
I wonder...
You can't just waltz into my apartment.
I already have.
Get out, or I'm calling the police.
Go ahead.
You believe they would listen? I fall silent at that, my head spinning too fast to track. Closing down the school, withholding information on the crime, setting up Ryota as a scarecrow immigrant. That was you?
Oh dear. I could hardly take credit for such a master's work of art. No, I'm just an ordinary teenage girl. Set with high school drama and college entrance exams. A sudden thrill of rage races through my veins. I lunge forward, slamming my hand on the glass. Look, Tanaka, I'm not in the mood for games. Oh, that's interesting. I could have sworn that you were just playing one.
What? Oh, are you feigning ignorance now? I speak of the... RP, of course. How could you know? I believe we've been over this part before, Yama Ishimoto. It's hardly of any importance by this point. Ah, that zoom in. She suddenly twists her fingers into my collar, her pace dropping into a harsh, straight line. What really matters is your sheer ignorance. You should have heeded my words while you had the chance. Your words? Alright, we'll stop here for this episode. We'll see where this goes. This game just keeps getting better and better. I'm happy it didn't end where I thought it was going to end. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. I am tatocat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.